This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The following presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health. Well, good morning and welcome once again to the Shelton Fastpitch field on the campus of Shelton High School in Shelton, Washington today. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, continues coverage of high school spring sports with a non-conference Fastpitch softball game featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and the Tenino Beavers. My name is Diedrich Allen.
This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Yesterday's 16-1 loss to River Ridge. The following presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by
falling to Rainier 13-1.
Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934.
Today, but we'll get this underway is
Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
In a swing and a miss there.
Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
A few minutes early. Pitch on the way, the line drive right into the glove of Schuffenhauer at shortstop, and that is one away for Tenino here in the first. Now to bring up number 7, Kaylee Bonilla, 0 for 3 in a strikeout on Tuesday against Rainier. First pitch to her is low, ball 1.
This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Oh, sorry, folks.
The following presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you.
There we go. Pardon me. Here's the next pitch on the way. That's going to be high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Now getting all even here. Pardon me. 1 out, nobody on. 2 balls to Gonia. That's going to be 3 balls, no strikes. Second batter in the inning. Here's a pitch on the way. And that'll be a 1 out, a walk. So 1 on, 1 out. And here's number 11, Kaiten Burkhart. She was 2 for 2 with a triple and a walk. On Tuesday, she swings at the first pitch, and it's popped up. Schuffenhauer gets it for the out, and a throw to first. And getting back safely is Gonia. So 2 away for the Beavers here, 1 on. And this will bring up number 6, Jolene Woodward. She is the catcher for the Beavers. Oh, she was 0 for 3 against the Rainier, struck out twice. She's got to tie her shoe. So 2 out, 1 on. Gonia over there at first base. And she'll swing and hit the first pitch to her, foul. This is Woodward. Waits for the next pitch to her. That's going to be high for ball 1. So 1-1 to count. 2 out, 1 on, no score. Just underway. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 the count to Woodward. Again, Konina on first base with 2 out. Pitch on the way. Inside, ball 2, 2-2. Nice count. Next pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's going to go foul, so the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Jaylene Woodward. That's good. Pitch on the way. It's going to be a ball. So the count goes full. So here's a full count pitch. It's going to be a walk, and runner does go. Throw down 2. Second doesn't matter. So there's runners at first and second for the Beavers here, 2 away. Now we have a courtesy runner. And that will send a Zimmerman over to first base in place of the catcher, Woodward. The batter now is the pitcher, Chloe Graylis. She takes strike 1. Next pitch on the way, a ground ball. That goes foul. Third base line. So 0-2 to Graylis. And Chloe was 1 for 3 on Tuesday against Rainier. She'll step back in. Wait for the next pitch here. Swing and a miss. And that is a strikeout. So that'll do it for the Beavers here in the top of the first. No score. Climbers coming up. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we are back here. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Tenino and Shelton here on Saturday near afternoon here. We're not quite at noon, are we? Not quite. So the Beavers left 2 out there and didn't send 1 home. And coming up here for the Highclimbers is Gooley, the pitcher, Cassandra Tyler, center fielder, and Haley Schuffenhauer, the shortstop. So Gooley will lead things off for the Highclimbers. 1 for 2 and scored a run yesterday. Let's get everything up and running. So Gooley will wait for the first pitch from Graylis. Pitching circle. Pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. That's going to be picked up by the third baseman. And that is Fisher. She'll throw over to first. And Gore, and 1 away for the Highclimbers here. And here is Cassandra Tyler. Cassandra's 1 for 2, hit a triple and batted in run yesterday. And the Highclimbers lost. Here's a pitch on the way. It's going to be in there for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Tyler. 1 out. Nobody on for Shelton here. Bottom of the first inning. No score. Here's the next pitch on the way. Shows the bunt. It's going to be scooped up there. And a throw is off, and his throw to first was off, and heading over to second base is Cassandra Tyler. So there's a one-out single and a little error there. And that'll bring up let's see, that'll bring up Haley Schaffenhauer. First pitch to Schaffenhauer's high. And Haley was 0 for 2 yesterday. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on, 1 out for the Highclimbers here. Cassandra Tyler at second base in scoring position for the Highclimbers. Next pitch out there just hit the outside corner for strike 1, 1-1 the count to Schaffenhauer. Shortstop today. Try to give you the lineups as they didn't give us much time to get this stuff announced. This pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Schaffenhauer. On the way, swing and a fly ball. Shallow center field's going to drop in for base hit. Tyler tags up, heads to third, gets called out there, and trying to stretch it out and getting to second base is going to be Haley Schaffenhauer. So that'll be 2 out and 1 on for Shelton here. And that brings up Ricks. Kaylee Ricks 0 for 2 yesterday. In the loss. Pitch on the way. Fly ball. Right field drops in. Base hit for Ricks. Rounding third and holding up there is Schaffenhauer. So the Highclimbers have runners at the corners and 2 away. And then bring up number 2. Catcher, Liv Rasmussen. I'm sorry, she's third base today. Liv Rasmussen. Is that right? Yeah. To double check that. And Liv, so for 0 and took a walk yesterday. First pitch in there for ball 1. So again, runners at the corners. 2 out. You've got Schaffenhauer at third. Ricks at first. Liv Rasmussen the batter. And a 1-0. On the count, no score, 2 out. Pitch on the way. Just hit that outside corner, and Ricks will head over to second base. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Highclimbers. And the count is 1-1 to Rasmussen. Ricks on second, Schaffenhauer on third. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up. Going over there to right field. And it drops in for a base hit as Schaffenhauer scores. Here's Ricks, and they've got a little bit of rundown over there for Rasmussen, but she gets back to first base safely. But that's 2 runs in for the Highclimbers here in the inning. And that'll bring up Bailey Plant. And Bailey is playing first base today. And she was 0 for 1 yesterday. Pitch on the way, and she swings and pops one foul up off the first base dugout. Let's see if we're getting all this wrong here. Here we go. 2 down, 2 in, 1 on. Rasmussen at first base. Bailey Plant, the batter. There's an 0-1 swing and a miss, an 0-2 on the count for for Plant. Getting Rasmussen at the first base, 2 out, 2 in. A 2-0 ball game. Here's the 0-2 from Grayless. That's going to be ball one. Runner goes, throw to second, and safely, in there sliding safely, is going to be Rasmussen. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on. With Liv Rasmussen at second base now for the Highclimbers, the batter, Bailey Plant. There's pitch on the way, swing and a pop-up over to first base. And Gore will get it, and that will retire this side. But the Highclimbers get 2, leave 1, and they lead 2-0. We head to the second. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and the Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935.
And we are back here heading to the second inning to play 2-0 the Highclimbers. Leading things off for the Beavers is number 18. That's Tamra Snodley. Tamra is playing the left field. And on Tuesday, she swings and she hits a little line drive. It's going to be picked up by Makowitz, and the throw to first is not in time. So the Beavers have a runner at first base, lead things off. And that will bring up number 4, Chloe Adams. It's 1 for 3 with a double. First pitch to her is a ball for low and ball 1. One on, nobody out for the Beavers. Pitch on the way, and a little shallow fly ball. Makowitz can't drop it in, get to it. It falls in safe, and the throw to second, however, gets the runner there for out number 1. Schopenhauer covering second, got back. So 1 out, 1 on. Let's get this right. There we go. So this will bring up number 20. And that's Bailey Assay. She was 0 for 2. Scored a run, however, on Tuesday. First pitch to her was a ball. So 1 out, 1 on. Another ball in there for number 2. So 2-0 the count. 1 out, 1 on. Runner at first base. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Assay. Just playing right field. Inside, ball 3. So 3-1 the count to Assay. 1 out, 1 on. Runner at first base. That's Adams. And that will be another walk. So 2 on and 1 out. Here's number 9. Georgia Gore, playing first base, takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second for the Beavers. Pitch on the way, it's high for ball 2. Ada Gooley, the pitcher for the Highclimbers. Lee, Lee is the catcher. There's a swing and a miss for strike one. So 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on for Tenino. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And the count goes even to 2-2. To Brianna Essay. Pitch on the way, swing and a ground ball. Makowitz will glove it. Nice job. Throw over to first, a little off. And runner at third is going to go back. And that was Adams making her way to third base. And the bases are loaded for the Beavers here. Trailing. Nope, they're going to call Adams out. So that'll be out number 2. So runners at first and second, 2 down. Pitch on the way. In there for a ball. Batter now is number 2. That's the top of the order. And Marcy Schwarber. First pitch was a ball. And next pitch was a strike. So 1-1 the count. 2 out, 2 on. Runners at ooh, that's a nice pitch inside for strike 2 called to Schwarber. Runners at first and second for the Beavers. Pitch on the way, swing and a line drive. It's going to drop in for a base hit into shallow left field. Picked up there, throw to third. Coming home, however, and scoring is going to be Essay. And that makes it 2-1. And runner still at first and second with 1 in, 2 away. First pitch on there to number 7. That's Kaylee Onia. She takes ball 1. Next pitch on the way, swing, and that was fouled straight back for a foul, or for strike 1. So 1-1 the count. 2 on, 2 out, 1 in for the Beavers here in the second inning. Here's the pitch on the way, swing, and a miss for strike 2. Kylie Gonia. He's the batter. Here's a pitch on the way, swing, and that one's fouled off. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out, 2 on, 1 in for the Beavers here. 2-1 is the score. We're in the top of the second inning. Here's the next pitch. Swing and miss, and that'll be out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the frame. Beavers get 1, leave 2. Be right back to Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
You're back here at Shelton Fastpitch Field. 2-1 is the score. Beavers pull within 1, bottom of the second we go. And leading things off will be the catcher for the Highclimbers, Michaela Lee. And we will wait for the first pitch from Grayless. Here's the pitch on the way, swing, and that one's going to be popped up out of play for strike one. So 0-1. So Lee will step back in. Paris Mincer on deck for the Highclimbers. Lee, of course, is the catcher for the Climbers today. Here's a swing and a fly ball. Center field, deep out there, and reaching up and grabbing it. It'll be a Galena, and that's out number 1 for Shelton here in the second. And here's Paris Mincer. Paris is playing right field today. And she was 0 for 2 with a strikeout yesterday. Here's the pitch on the way. It's going to be low for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on for Shelton here, bottom of the second inning. 2-1 is our score. Shelton on top and at bat. Grayless in the pitching circle for the Beavers. Pitch on the way. That's going to be high for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the next pitch on the way. It's going to be inside and low for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes to Mincer. Here's next pitch on the way. It's going to be a 1 out to walk for Mincer. And she'll sprint over to first base. So 1 on, 1 out for the Highclimbers here. That'll bring up a Sadie Makowitz. Yesterday, Sadie was 0 for 1. She's playing second base today for the Highclimbers. So 1 on, 1 out for Shelton. Here's the pitch on the way from Grayless. It's going to be ball 1, and Mincer's going to run into second. She's going to be caught there. Or is she safe? They say she's safe. I thought she was tagged out, but she's safe. So runner in scoring position for Shelton as Mincer's on second base. Makowitz. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Mincer at second base on deck, top of the order is going to be Ada Gooley. Here's a swing, and Makowitz pops it up. Foul territory off the first baseline, off the glove, and into the bowl, into the dugout there on the first baseline. And that'll be 1-1. Again, Paris Mincer on second base. 1 out, 1 on. Sadie Makowitz, the batter. And she has a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a fly ball. Hooking, and it'll drop foul. First base line for strike 2. 0-2 to Makowitz. Again, Mincer on second base. And here is the 1-2 to Makowitz. Swing and a drop strike, the third strike, throw to first for the out there on the play. However, Mincer will go to third base. So that's a second out for the Highclimbers and a runner at third base in Paris Mincer. And here's Ada Gooley, the pitcher. And Gooley waiting for the first pitch to her. It's going to be ball 1. Ada up in the first inning. She's 0 for 1 so far today. Second pitch on the way from Gooley. Again, 2 out, 1 on. Mincer at third base. Here, pitch on the way, swing and a fly ball. It's going to left field out there, knocking off the glove. In fair territory, Mincer comes in to score. That makes it 3-1. And Gooley's headed to second base, turns the corner there, holds up. So Gooley's now on second base, and Mincer comes in to score, making it 3-1. And there is 2 outs. And here is Cassandra Tyler. She's 1 for 1 today in a 3-1 ball game. Again, Gooley on second base. Here's a pitch on the way. Strike on the middle of the plate for strike 1. Called strike 1. Tyler. And back Cassandra Tyler. Ada Gooley at second base, 2 down for the Highclimbers here. Bottom of the second inning. 3-1 is the score. Here's a pitch on the way. So line drive's going to go over to the shortstop. She'll hold Gooley at third, and Tyler's going to be safe at first. No throw. So runners at the corners for the Highclimbers. Right a button here. And there's Haley Schaffenhauer. First pitch to Haley. Outside, runner goes. No throw to second as Tyler's now at second base. So 2 runners in scoring position, 1 in. 2 out. Schaffenhauer. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that's a line ground ball, actually. They'll get into right field. Gooley comes in to score, and here is Tyler. Making it 5-1. And Schaffenhauer has a 2-out, 2-run single. And that'll bring up Kayla Ricks. Here's a swing and a pop-up. Foul territory, out of play. At the first base line. So Schaffenhauer made it all the way to third base before that foul was called. She'll head back to first base. So 2 out, 1 on. So here 3 in for the Highclimbers here in their half of the second inning. Here's a pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and the runner goes, throw to second. They got her out there as Schaffenhauer tried to get on to second base, couldn't make it, and that will be that for the Highclimbers, but they add 3. They lead 5-1. We head to the third. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we head to the third inning of play. 5-1 is the score. And leading things off for the Beavers is Kaiten Burkhart. First pitch to her is it's a fly ball. It's going to drop it to center field for a base hit. Burkhart will head to first. 1 pitch, 1 on for the Beavers here. And this will bring up catcher Jaylene Woodward. First pitch to her, she popped that one up. Schaffenhauer calls it from her spot in the shortstop, just inside on what would be the dirt, and that's out number 1. So 1 on and 1 out for the Beavers here in the third. And here's the pitcher, Chloe Grayless. And I've lost track of, I'm sorry, without Jerry, I can't quite keep track of everything here. I'm doing the best. First pitch in there for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on, 1 out. For Tenino here, pitch on the way, swing, and that one's going to be fouled straight back. First strike 1. 1-1 to count. Again, Burkhart on first base with 1 down. Pitch on the way, swing, and that one's going to be fouled off the third base line by Grayless, the pitcher for Tenino. On deck is Tamara Snodderly. It's a 1 on, 1 out, and 1-2 count to Grayless. Here's pitch on the way. Hitter, and so the Beavers have runners at first and second now. With 1 out. And here comes Tamara Snodderly. Runners at first and second. Burkhart is at second base, kind of a little bit gimpy there. And Woodward will be on first. So we have a timeout here as we address that situation. Hey, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been providing live video broadcasts of high school athletics since 2012. If you or your business would like to be part of a broadcast, we have sponsorship opportunities starting at just $15 a game. Find out more, email masonwebtv@gmail.com. Happy to give you the rundown. You can also find, advertise on the bottom of the page on masonwebtv.com. If you are enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can find us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Twitter with the handle @me. So Burkhart is going to have to go to the dugout here. It's coming in as Zimmer to run for her at second base. So Zimmer's on at second. And let's see here. Grayless is at first. So 1 out, 2 on, and Snodderly, Tamara Snodderly, will step in. Takes ball 1. So 1 out, 2 on. In a 5-1 ball game, Shelton on top, Tenino at bat. Tamara Snodderly takes, the next pitch pops it up. That's going to head over to right field. Minster will grab it for the out there, and they'll double him up because Zimmer had taken off and didn't get back for in time to tag up. So that will do it for Tenino here in their half of the third. We head to the bottom, 5-1 Shelton.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
So we head to the bottom of the third inning, Shelton 5 to 901. Leading things off for the Highclimbers in this inning is Kaylee Ricks. She is playing left field today. She'll step in, wait for the first pitch from Grayless. There's a pitch on the way. It's going to be high for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Ricks leading things off for the Highclimbers here. Shelton leading 5-1 here, bottom of the 3rd. The next pitch on the way, and that's going to be high for ball 2. So 2-0 the count to Ricks as the wind kind of comes in from the south. No rain as of yet today. Don't expect them. If there's going to be a little bit, they might come, but it's not going to be very, very difficult. Here's a pitch inside for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes to Ricks. Kaylee is the leadoff batter for the Highclimbers here in the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch on the way. It's going to be just hit that corner for strike 1, the outside. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Ricks. Here's a 3-1. And that will be a leadoff walk for Ricks. So 1 on and nobody out. And here is Liv Rasmussen. Liv is 1 for 1, batted in 2 runs. And the first pitch to her, gonna be high for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Rasmussen. Ricks over at first base. Nobody out for the Climbers here as Rasmussen will step back into the box. Again, Ricks is at first base for the Highclimbers. Here's a pitch from Graylis. Swing and a line drive off the glove of Graylis, bobbled there and then shuffled over a little late to second base. And did they get her? Yes, they did. So 1 out as Ricks is out at second and Rasmussen is on first. So 1 away for the Highclimbers. And that will bring up Bailey Plant. Bailey is 0 for 1 so far today. 1 out, 1 on. Rasmussen at first base. Pitch on the way to Plant, swing and miss. So 0-1, 1 out, 1 on. 5-1 ball game. Highclimbers up and at bat. Here's the 0-1 to Plant. Swing and a ground ball that goes foul 3rd base line. So 0-2 to Plant. On deck is Lee. Did I mention that Plant is playing first base today? She is. Here's the 0-2 with 1 on and 1 out, and Plant will step out. So no balls and 2 strikes to Plant. He'll step back into the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Graylis. It's going to be high for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Plant. Again, 1 out, 1 on for the Highclimbers. Liv Rasmussen over at first base for Shelton. Bailey Plant the batter. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball is going to be scooped up there by the shortstop. Bobbled again and everybody's safe. Base Plant's on first, and here's Lee. Michaela 0 for 1 so far today. This Plant reaches on an error. 1 out for Shelton here in their half of the 3rd, leading 5-1. Rasmussen at second, Plant at first. Here's the first pitch to Lee. Shows bunt. Puts it right down the 3rd base line. Scooped up there by the 3rd baseman. Throw to first for the out there. But Plant makes her way to second, and Rasmussen is at 3rd base. So 2 away for the Highclimbers, and 2 on. 2 runners in scoring position. And that'll bring up Paris Mintzer. She did score first run of the ball game, or way run of the ball game, excuse me. Playing right field is Mintzer. First pitch to her, swinging a pop-up. It's going to be caught that time by, no, it's not, is it Berklid or not? No, it's not Berklid. Or Burkhardt, yeah, but that'll do it for the Highclimbers. They leave 2. Still lead 5-1. We head to the 4th. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Mason Health, United Community, Empowered People, Exceptional Health.
And we head to the 4th inning to play. Whoops. Sorry, try it again. 4th inning to play, 5-1 Shelton with the lead. And Tenino coming up to bat. And leading things off will be Chloe Adams. And here's first pitch to Adams. It's going to be the ball. Goes all the way back to the backstop here. 1 ball, no strikes to Adams. Here's next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. For strike 1, so 1-1 to count. To Adams. Outside ball 2, so 2-1 to count to Adams. Still Ada Gooley in the pitching circle. And Michaela Lee behind home plate for the Highclimbers. Pitch on the way. Strike 2 called, so the count goes even to 2-2. For Adams, leading things off for the Tenino here in the 4th inning. Top of the 4th, 5-1, Shelton on top. Tenino at bat. Here's the swing and a miss. And Adams goes down swinging for out number 1. And this brings up number 20, Brianna Assay. And she is in, I believe she's in right field. Yes, she is. Takes ball 1 on the first pitch. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a pop-up, shallow, center field, drops in for base hit. SA will get a 1-out double, stand-up double there. And Tenino has a runner in scoring position. And here comes number 9. Georgia Gore. She's playing first base today. So 1 out, 1 on for Tenino. SA over at second base, and Gore is the batter. Pitch on the way to Gore. It's going to be low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Gore. Next pitch on the way. Inside, just hit the inside corner for strike 1 called. So 1-1, 1 out, 1 on. Runner at second base. Here's a pitch on the way. Gore swings in a ground ball. Schuffenauer scoops it up, throws the plant at first in. That's out number 2, but on the play, runner makes her way over to second base. And that'll be 2 down and 1 on. This will bring up number 2, Marcy Sharber. First pitch to her is popped up. Center field. Out there to get it. And grabbing it will be Tyler, and that will do it for Tenino here in their half of the fourth inning. We head to the bottom of the frame. Still 5-1. Shelton is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
And we are back here heading to the bottom of the fourth inning. 5-1, Shelton with the lead. And the Climbers coming up to bat here. And leading things up, off will be Sadie Makowitz. Let's see. Sadie's 0 for 1 today. Wait for the first pitch from Grayless, still in the pitching circle. Pitch on the way. Inside, high, ball 1. 1-0 to Makowitz. So here's a 1-0 to Makowitz. Inside and low for ball 2. So 2-0. Trying to figure out the changes here. Grayless still in the pitching circle. Woodward still behind home plate at the catcher position. First base is still Gore. Third base is still Fisher. Pitch on the way, and there's a little fly ball drop in infield. Bobbled there by Gonia, who's playing at second base, and Makowitz is on base. Lead things off. And here's the top of the order for the Highclimbers, Ada Gooley. Ada, let's see here. 0 for 2, but did score a run. Here's a pitch on the way, and it's going to be ball. Makowitz over there at second base. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 on. Nobody out for the Highclimbers here. Bottom of the fourth inning, leading 5-1. Here's a pitch on the way. Inside, made Gooley jump backwards. So it's 2 balls and no strikes to Ada Gooley. So trying to figure out who's in right field for the Beavers. As there's a meeting at the mound, we'll give you the lineup as we have it. So Woodward is still catcher. Grayless is pitcher. Gore at first. Goena at second. Sharber's at short. Fisher's at third. Snarley in left field to say in center field, and I still can't see who's out there in right field for the Beavers. At bat for the Highclimbers, Ada Gooley. Swing and a line drive right into the glove of the shortstop, and sliding home, or sliding safely back to first is Makowitz, and it's 1 out on the fly out. So 1 away as Gooley goes down a little pop-up. That'll bring up Cassandra Tyler. And Tyler's 1 for 2, scored a run. She'll step in with 1 out and 1 on. And again, Makowitz at first base. Here's a pitch on the way. Inside. Oh, just hit the corner. Inside corner. for strike one called. So 0-1 to Tyler. With 1 out and 1 on in a 5-1 ball game. Here's the 0-1 swing, and that'll be a line drive. Will get into left field for base hit. Makowitz heads to second, and Tyler's on first. So 2 on and 1 out. And here is Schaffenhauer. And Haley is 2 for 2 today. He has 2 RBIs so far. And what do we have here? Makowitz a little bit injured. She's heading to the dugout. And we have a timeout on the field, as they say. As they're attending to Sadie Makowitz. If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. Use the handle @MasonWebTV to find us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Twitch. Subscribe and follow Mason Web TV, and you'll never miss anything. So, Aurora Marcy will come in to run for Makowitz at second base. So Marcy's at second, Tyler is at first, and the batter is Haley Schaffenhauer. 1 out, 2 on. 5-1 ball game, bottom of the 4th inning we are. Shelton on top and at bat. Here's the pitch from Grayless. It's going to be ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. To Schaffenhauer, will step back in. Here's the 1-0, 1 out, 2 on. From Grayless, swing and a fly ball will drop into left field for base hit. Marcy, Aurora Marcy will round third head in and score, making it 6-1, and Schaffenhauer ends up on second base. So that'll be runners at second and third for the Highclimbers. 1 in, 1 out. And here is Kaylee Ricks. And Kaylee's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Here's first pitch to Ricks with 2 on, and it rolls in for ball 1. So 2 on, 1 out, 1 in here for the Highclimbers in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading 6-1. Cassandra Tyler at third, Haley Schaffenhauer at second. Batter, Kaylee Ricks with a 1-0, get 1 out. Pitch on the way, swing and a pop fly. Out to get it is going to be Galena, and that is out number 2 for the Highclimbers here in the inning. Still 2 on. And here is Liv Rasmussen. And Liv, 0 for 2 so far today. Again, Schaffenhauer at second. And, sorry, drawing a blank here. Tyler at third. So 2 out, 2 on, 1 in for the Highclimbers here. Just waiting for Woodward to tie her shoe. And here's Rasmussen. Going to step in, wait for the first pitch from Grayless. Here's the first pitch from Grayless to Rasmussen. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So 0-1 to Rasmussen. The first base line, so 1-2 the count. Home plate umpire working alone today, doing a great job. Only one umpire today on Saturday, now afternoon. 6-1 is our score. Grayless into her windup. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high. Count goes even to 2-2 to Rasmussen. Again, 2 out, 2 on, 1 in, and a 2-2 count. 6-1 ball game, bottom of the 4th. Shelton on top and at bat. Here's the 2-2 from Grayless. Swing and a fly ball is going to drop into right field. Scores 1 as Tyler comes in to score, and here comes Schuffenhauer adding another one. So 2 more runs come in, makes it 8-1, and Rasmussen is on first base with a 2-run single. And that'll bring up Bailey Plant. And Plant is 0 for 2 today. 3 in, 1 on, pitch on the way. Outside corner, strike 1 called. Rasmussen at first base. 3 runs have come in. And it's 8-1. Here's the next pitch to Plant. Swing and a miss. For 0-2 to count to Bailey Plant. Throw to first was not in time, and Rasmussen's still on first base. 2 out, 3 in, 1 on. Plant 0-2 on the count. Waiting for the next pitch from Grayless. Swing, and that one's going to be fouled off the first base line. The count remains no balls, 2 strikes. As Rasmussen heads back to first base. Plant steps back in the batter's box. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on, 3 in for the Highclimbers. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 8-1 is their score. Here's the pitch to Plant. Runner goes, throw to second, into center field it goes, and Rasmussen's going to head to third base. So Rasmussen's now on third base on that errant throw. And it still was 1 ball now. And 2 strikes, 2 out, and a runner at third base now after 3 runs have already scored for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 4th. Bailey Plant waiting for the 1-2 pitch from Grayless. Swings, and that one fouls off of the helmet of Woodward. And count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Plant steps back in, waits for the next pitch, next offering, I should say, from Grayless for Tenino. 8-1, the Highclimbers on top. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Highclimbers here in their half of the 4th, but they do get 3 more. They lead 8-1. We head to the 5th. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD 3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD 3 at 360-426-8255.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
We head to the 5th inning of play, 8-1. Shelton Highclimbers lead the Tenino Beavers. And Tenino's coming up to bat here. And leading things off is number 7. It's Kylie Galina. She takes strike 1. Ada Gooley still in the pitching circle for the Highclimbers here. And there's a swing and a hit picked up there by Rasmussen for over to plant at first, and that's one away for Tenino here in the 5th. Comes number 24, Sikwa Zimmer. I believe she's playing right field, if I got that right. No information on Zimmer. Takes ball 1. A little injury for Burkhart. Next pitch in there for ball 2. So 2-0 the count to Zimmer. Let's see here. Looks like the same lineup as it has been. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's going to be fouled off. First base line for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Zimmer. 1 out, nobody on for Tenino here in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th, they're trailing 8-1 to Shelton. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's going to be fouled off. Just a little foul, and it'll be 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Quick little timeout here as Lee will go chat with Gooley, and now Lee's set up again. Zimmer in the box here. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be a strikeout for Ada Gooley. So 2 down for Tenino here in the 5th inning of play. And that'll bring up number 6, Jalen Woodward, the catcher. Pitch on the way. Swings and pops one out of play into the tennis courts. So 1 to Woodward. 2 out, nobody on. 0-1 to Woodward. Adjusts her helmet. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and that one playable. Ricks gets under it, and that'll do it for Tenino in the 5th. We head down to the bottom of the 5th. 8-1. Shelton coming up, and they have the lead. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Mason County is a very special place. When you're looking for sound real estate advice, pick the team that has called Mason County home for 5 generations. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate is always thrilled to help you buy or sell real estate in our area. Whether it is Hood Canal, Harstein Island, Matlock, Tahuya, South Puget Sound, or Shelton, the Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has the experience you can trust. Remember, when it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Shelton 8, Tenino 1. Highclimbers coming up to bat. And let's see here. Michaela Lee will lead things off for the Highclimbers here. So I get to the right box, and I can tell you, Lee is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. So she'll step in to face Grayless again, leading things off for Shelton in an 8-1 ball game. Lee will dig in. Here's the pitch on the way. It's going to be high for ball 1, so 1 ball, no strikes to Lee. Mincer on deck for the Highclimbers. Here's the 1-0 from Grayless. First and third playing a little in. There's a pop-up third base and out of play. So 1-1 the count to Lee. So Lee will step back in, leading things off for the Highclimbers here in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading 8-1. 1-1 the count. That will be out of play behind us. Actually drops right in front of us. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lee. Stands right in the middle of the box. The batter's box, that is. Here's the 1-2 from Graylis. Takes her time, here it comes. Outside. Ball 2, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. For the Highclimbers. Lee back in the box. Waiting for the 2-2 from Graylis. Pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. Gets by the third baseman into left field. Lee's on first base with a leadoff single. And that'll bring up Paris Mitzer. And she's 0 for 1. Did score a run. And she did walk. And she did score. So 1 on, nobody out. Lee's at first base. And Mincer waits for the first pitch from Graylis. Oh, that hit her. And that will send Mincer to first and Lee to second. And that will bring up the top of the order of Ada Gooley. I'm sorry, it's not Ada Gooley, excuse me, it's number 17. And that is Aurora Marcy. She is, let's see, I believe she's came in for Makowitz, so I'm assuming she'll be playing second base. And what do I have on Aurora? She's 0 for 2. And against 0 for 2, 0 for 1. 0 for 1, excuse me, against River Ridge yesterday. Takes ball 1. So again, runners at first and second for the Highclimbers. Nobody out. Leading 8-1 here. Aurora Marcy, the batter, she'll hit one and a little hopper. They'll go to the shortstop for the out there. Throw home, and sliding in safely is Lee. And Marcy's on first base, and that makes it 9-1 as they got the runner at second. So 1 in and 1 out now for the Climbers. And here's Ada Gooley. And Ada 0 for 3. Takes ball 1. So Aurora Marcy at first base. Nobody at third. Nobody at second. 1 out. Pitch on the way to Gooley. Swing and a little chopper goes foul up the third base line. So 1-1 to count to Ada Gooley. In a 9-1 ball game, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. One on, 1 in for the Highclimbers here. Pitch on the way. It's going to be high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Gooley. Again, Aurora Marcy is at first base. So here's the 2-1 to Gooley from Graylis, the pitcher for Tenino, inside. Ball 3, so 3-1 to count to Gooley. Cassandra Tyler on deck for the Highclimbers. Aurora Marcy on first. 1 out. He standing a little bit back in the box. Waits for the 3-1 from Graylis. Swings, reaches for that one, and fouls that one off. So the count goes full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on, 1 in. For the Highclimbers here in the 5th inning of play, bottom of the 5th. Climbers have 8 hits, 9 runs, 1 error so far today. Here's the full count pitch to Gooley. Inside, and that'll send Ada to first base. And Aurora Marcy to second. So here's Cassandra Tyler. And Tyler, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. First to pitch to her. It's going to be a strike on the inside. So 0-1 to Tyler. Again, runners at the first and second. Marcy at second. Gooley at first. 1 out, 1 in. 9-1 is their score, bottom of the 5th. Shelton on top and at bat. Here's Cassandra Tyler, jumps back with the next pitch for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on, 1 in. Here's the pitch. Waiting for the pitch is Tyler. Here's the pitch on the way. It's going to be outside. Ball 2, 2-1, the count. In runners at second and first. Aurora Marcy at second. Ada Gooley at first. The batter is Cassandra Tyler. She has 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out. 1 in for the Highclimbers here in the 5th. Pitch on the way. Swing and miss, and that's strike 2. Throw to first. And Gooley's back safely, but Marcy makes her way to third. So runners at the corners for the Highclimbers now. And it's 2-2 to Tyler with 1 out. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes, swing and a miss. And Gooley heads to second base. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Highclimbers. And that'll be out number 2 for the Climbers. So Haley Schaffenhauer is the batter. Here's a pitch on the way, and it's going to be into the dirt, or in the turf, I should say. So 1-0 to Schaffenhauer. She's 3 for 3, has 3 RBIs, scored a couple of runs, does have a double so far today. Here's the 1-0. Swing and pop that one out of play over everybody's heads in the third base line. So 1-1 to count to Schaffenhauer. Again, Gooley at second and Marcy at third. 2 out, 1 in for Shelton here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's a pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2, so 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Haley Schaffenhauer. Ada Gooley on second, Aurora Marcy on third. 2 down, 2 on, 1 in. Schaffenhauer waiting for the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive, actually goes right back to the pitcher. Throw to first in time. So the Highclimbers get 1, leave 2. They lead 9-1, heading to the 6th. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Kids learn by watching adults, so consume cannabis out of sight of young people. And be a Mason County kid's greatest influence. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
This presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935.
Way to the 6th inning of play. 9-1 is the score. Shelton with the lead. Tenino coming up to bat. Some changes in the lineup. The new pitcher for the Highclimbers is Kayla Ricks. She's in the pitching circle. Paris Minster's over at first base. Liv Rasmussen is at third. Schopenhauer still at short. And Aurora Marcy is at second base. In the outfield, Roland takes over in right field. Tyler's still at center, and Ada Gooley is in left. Leading things off for the Beavers here in the 6th inning is the pitcher, number 14, Chloe Graylis. Chloe, let's see here. I'm getting the right box here. I'll tell you what I have on her. She takes ball 1. All right, she's 0 for 1 today. Next pitch is high. Ball 2, so 2-0 to Graylis from Ricks. Graylis leading things off. Pitch on the way. It's going to be low, ball 3, so 3 balls, no strikes to Graylis. Leading things off for the Beavers here in the 6th inning, top of the 6th. Here's a pitch on the way. It's going to be strike 1 called. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, or 3 balls and 1 strike. That makes it 2 strikes and a swing and a miss, so that's 3 and 2. Just noticing a little bit of technical difficulties. Graylis will step back in with a full count. Pitch on the way, pops it up. Minster coming. Actually, it's going to be grabbed by the catcher, Lee, for 1 away near the fence there. And it's 1 down for Tenino here in the 6th. And this will bring up Tamara Snodderly. And Snodderly is 1 for 2 today. Took ball 1. Next pitch on the way, that's going to be ball 2. Again, Ricks in the pitching circle for the Highclimbers here, taking over in relief of Ada Gooley. Pitch on the way, that's going to be strike 1 called, so 2-1 the count to Snodderly. 1 out, nobody on for the Beavers here. Here's a 2-1. It's going to be 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Snodderly. Chloe Adams on deck for Tenino. 9-1 her score. Top of the 6th. Pitch on the way. Popped up. Rolling on the run. Is going to drop in for a base hit as Marcy didn't go out and Roland couldn't get to it. And there is a 1-out single for the Beavers here. And here is Chloe Adams. She's 1 for 2. And a double. Pitch on the way. It's going to be in the dirt. Runner goes. And throw to second. And slide it in safely. It is going to be Snodderly. So, runner at second base with 1 out. And the count is 1-0 to Adams. Here's pitch on the way. Strike down the middle of the plate. 1-1 to count to Adams. Again, Snodderly at second base, 1 out for Tenino, trailing 9-1 here. Top of the 6th inning. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's going to be fouled off the screen to the right. So 1-2 the count. To Adams. Runner at second. 1 out. Here's the 1-2 count to Adams from Ricks. It's going to make it 3 balls. Oops. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes even. It's not really again at second base with 1 away. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that is 2 down for the Beavers here in the 6th. This will bring up number 20. Brianna Essay. First pitch to her. Outside, ball 1. And Brianna is 1 for 1. Scored the game's only 1 run for the Beavers. There's a swing and a miss for 1-1. The count to Essay. Again, Snodderly at second. 2 out in the inning and 1-1 to Essay. Here's a pitch on the way. Strike called. That's number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Essay. 2 out, 1 on. Here's a pitch on the way. Outside. Ball 2. It's a 2-2 the count. 2 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 6th, 9-1. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that will do it for Tenino here in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the frame. Shelton up 9-1.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
What is gig speed internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you that it's marathoning movies on your favorite streaming service with no interruptions, or having the grandkids over and not hearing a single complaint about your Wi-Fi. In other words, it's just what you needed. Switch to gig speed internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Bottom of the 6th we go, 9-1. Shelton with the lead and coming to bat. Ricks will lead things off. And she's 1 for 2. The run scored for the Highclimbers is Kayla. And he'll step up to the plate here. I don't see any changes other than what has been for the Beavers. As Ricks will step into the box to, the batter's box I should say, to face Grayless one more time. Her team up 9-1. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a line drive right into the glove of Fisher there. And that's 1 pitch and 1 out for the Highclimbers here. It's the line drive right into the glove. And that'll bring up Liv Rasmussen, 1 for 3, has 2 RBIs for the Highclimbers. 1 down, nobody on for Shelton. They're up 9-1. Here's the first pitch to Rasmussen. She'll foul first one off the third base line. 0-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Rasmussen getting a couple of practice swings in there. Batting left-handed here. She'll step in, wait for the 0-1 from Grayless. Swing and pop it up. Playable. Or is it out? It is out. So 0-2 the count. Let's see, Grayless. 1 earned run, 9 runs, 1 earned, 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts today so far. Rasmussen down 0-2 with 1 out for the Highclimbers. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing, and it'll be a ground ball that's going to get into left field. Rasmussen heading for second. And there is a 1-out double. That'll bring up Riley Rowan. And yesterday she was 1 for 1. That's Riley, her first at-bat today. So 1 out, 1 on for the Highclimbers here. His first pitch to Roland, high, ball 1. Rasmussen, it's second base for Shelton. Here's the next pitch on the way. It's going to be high for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Riley Rowan. 1 out, 1 on. Liv Rasmussen at second base. Here's the pitch on the way. Inside. 3 balls, no strikes to Roland. Lee on deck. Is that Lee? Yeah, that's Lee on deck for Shelton here. 1 out, 1 on. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. It's going to go off the glove of the shortstop. Rasmussen around the third head home. And Roland will head to second. Throw to second is late. And Roland gets 1 in. That's 1 in. Makes it 10-1. And there's 1 out. As Rasmussen scored from second base. And here is Michaela Lee. And Michaela 1 for 3. Did score a run. So 1 out, 1 on, 1 in for the Highclimbers here. Here's the first pitch to Lee. She'll swing and she'll pop 1 foul over the third base dugout. Again, runner at second base, that's Riley Rowan. Taking her gloves off. Batter, Michaela Lee. 1 out, 1 in, 1 on. Lee waits for the next pitch. Swings and flies 1 right into the glove of Schneiderly and sliding in. Nope, they got them both as Roland couldn't get back in time. So the Highclimbers get 1, leave 1. Lead 10-1. We head to the 7th. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
With all the question marks and uncertainty that surrounds today's real estate market, it is nice to know that there is a local team that has the experience with all types of markets to ensure you make a sound decision, whether selling or buying. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate has been a staple in the Mason County community for over 40 years. Feel free to reach out to Jeff, Andy, Chrissy, or Laura with any real estate questions that you may have. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge.
So we head to the 7th inning of play. Shelton 10, Tenino 1. The Beavers are coming up to bat here. And down to their last 3 outs. Let's see here. I believe it's going to be Georgia Gore leading things off for the Beavers here in the 7th inning of play. Now let's see. Well, nothing's changed here. As yes, it is Georgia Gore leading things off for the Beavers. And first pitch to her is outside for ball 1. Trying to look up what Gore has done here. She waits for the next pitch. It's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-0. Let's see here. Georgia's 0 for 2 today. So 2 balls, no strikes to lead off batter for Tenino here. Here's the next pitch on the way. It's going to be 3rd ball, just outside. So 3 balls and no strikes to Gore. Sharber on deck. There's a strike down the middle of the plate. 3-1 the count to Gore. Playing first today. Next pitch. And that will be a leadoff walk for the Beavers. So 1 on, nobody out. And here is Marcy Schwarber. She's 1 for 3, has an RBI. She batted in the Beavers' only run. Here's the first pitch to her. It's low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 1 on, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning, 10-1 came here. Shelton on top. Tenino at bat. There's ball 2. Nice job by Lee to get that ball and keep it in front of her, so to speak. As Sharber steps back in, waits for the 2-0 from Ricks. It's going to be low for ball 3, so 3-0. 1 on, nobody out here in the 7th inning for Tenino. Next pitch on the way. It's going to be strike called. Strike 1 called. So 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 on, nobody out. Gore at first base for Tenino. Trying to get some base runners here. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So the count goes full to Gore. Nobody out, 1 on. 10-1 is their score. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing, and that one's fouled off the backstop. Count remains 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, Gore at first base. Nobody out for the Beavers. Goina on deck there. For Tenino, here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 1. For Tenino. So 1 out, 1 on. And here is Goina. She's 0 for 2 today. Did walk once. Pitch on the way. Strike down the middle of the plate. So 0-1. Gore on first base. Goina, the batter, is 0-1. Here's pitch on the way. Inside corner, hit it. Strike 2 called. So 0-2. To Kylie Goina. Again, Gore on first. There's going to be ball 1, so 1 ball, 2 strikes to Goina. Goina, that's what it is, Goina. Gore takes off and swing and a miss, and that's out number 2 for the Beavers here in the 7th inning. And here is Sequa Zimmer. And Zimmer's 0 for 1 so far today. Takes ball 1. 2 out, 1 on for Tenino. Here's the 1-0, a swing and a miss. Throw to first. Gore gets back safely. So 1-1 the count to Zimmer. Two out, 1-1, swing and a miss by Zimmer. For count makes it, wow, that makes it 1-2. 2 out, 1 on. Here's a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that's it. Throw over to first, and that'll be it. All right, so that is the ball game. As a third out for the Beavers, and the final score is 10-1. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Kids can't tell when food or drinks include cannabis, especially when the package is fun and colorful. Remember to store in a safe place, out of sight and out of reach. Brought to you by Mason County Public Health and Mason County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition.
If you're enjoying this broadcast, please give us a like on your favorite social media. You can use the handle @MasonWebTV to find us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Subscribe and follow Mason Web TV so you never miss anything.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
What is fiber internet? We could bore you with the technical details, or we could tell you it's just internet. Internet that can do whatever you need. Crystal clear video chats with the family, smooth streaming of your favorite shows, uploading a ton of vacation photos in an instant. Even all of the above, all at once. Switch to fiber internet from Hood Canal Communications today and get $25 off your first 4 months of gig speed service. Visit hcc.net or call 360-898-2481.
Well, it's a final here at the Shelton Fastpitch Field. The Shelton Lady Highclimbers pick up their second win of the season, knocking off the Tenino Lady Beavers 10-1 today. And surprisingly, no rain fell today. Highclimbers 10 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Beavers 1 run, 6 hits, 8 errors. Leading the way for the Highclimbers, let's see here, Haley Schaffenhauer. 3 for 4 with a double, 3 RBIs, 3 runs batted in, and 2 runs scored for Haley. Liv Rasmussen, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Let's see here. For Marcy, 0 for 1, but did bat in a run and score a run as well. So pretty good outing. Ada Gooley went to 5 innings, 1 run on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Kayla Ricks went 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts for her. For the Beavers, let's see really quickly. Number 2. That's Marcy Schwarber. She was 1 for 4. Did bat in the Beavers' only run. Let's see. Trying to get to it. There it is. Let's see here. Brianna Assay was a 1-for-2, had a double, and scored that run for the Beavers. The Tenino drops to 0-4 on the season. Highclimbers 2-3 overall. So next up for the Highclimbers, they travel to Centralia Wednesday in Open Evergreen Conference play. The Beavers host Rochester on Monday. Our next broadcast is to be determined, but it looks like it might be more than a week out on March 31st. And that will do it for us here at Shelton Fastpitch Field. Final score again, Shelton 10, Tenino 1. We'll talk to you soon. You've been watching High School Sports on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The preceding presentation on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has been brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customers in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. The Conklin team at Windermere Real Estate. When it comes to real estate, nothing compares to local knowledge. Mason County Public Utility District Number 1, Washington State's first public utility district, proudly serving the Hood Canal in Mason County since 1935. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.